Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen and families out there. Please remember, for all your family's survival needs, please visit AmericanFamilySurvivalStore.com. Also, for all your bullion, silver and gold and lead bullion, please visit SD Bullion, and you can reach them through the AmericanFamilyStore.com, as well as the USCCA, the United States Concealed Carry Association, for your education and training on how to be a responsible gun owner. Okay, so we're looking at the NVIC Advocacy team member advocacy portal here, and the NVIC Advocacy portal was created as a special project of the National Vaccine Information Center in response to the increasingly aggressive actions of the government and medical and pharmaceutical industries to require more vaccines, while simultaneously attempting to restrict the use of conscientious or philosophical, religious, and medical exemptions to mandatory vaccination laws. By being a NVIC advocacy team member, you will join together with people from every state who support the principle of informed consent to vaccination. Central to the right of informed consent is the right to decline consent. Right to decline consent in practicality with current vaccination laws. This translates into the right to exercise vaccine exemptions to mandatory use of one, some, or all vaccines without penalty or harassment. I wanted to go over 5 vaccine myths. Unlike prescription drugs administered to the sick, vaccines are pharmaceutical products primarily administered to healthy people. Like prescription drugs, vaccines carry 2 risks. First, vaccines may cause serious reactions, injuries, or deaths from complications. And second, vaccines may fail to prevent infection and transmission of infection. NVIC supports your human right to exercise freedom of thought, conscience, and religious belief when making a vaccine decision for yourself or a minor child. 5 vaccine myths. Vaccine myth 1. Most medical doctors say that vaccines do not cause injury or death, so it must be true. Fact is that inflammation of the brain, permanent brain damage, and death have always been among the most serious complications of vaccination. Like all pharmaceutical products, vaccines carry a risk of harm or failure that can be greater for some people. Vaccine myth 2, people who question vaccine safety are ignorant and do not understand the science. The fact is that just the opposite is true. Studies reveal that mothers and fathers with college or postgraduate degrees more frequently question vaccine safety and effectiveness. There are fewer than 40 published studies evaluating the safety of the federally recommended vaccine schedule for children under age 6. Vaccine myth 3, people who do not vaccinate are selfish and don't care about the public health. The fact is, while we are all born equal with equal rights under the law, we are not born all the same. We each have different genes, biological susceptibilities, and environmental influences that affect our individual responses to diseases and vaccines. When vaccine risks turn out to be 100%, some people susceptible to vaccine harm stop vaccinating so they will not become permanently disabled and a burden on society. Vaccine myth 4, science trumps religious beliefs, so religious exemptions to vaccination should be eliminated. The fact is, science is not infallible and doctors cannot predict who will suffer harm from vaccination. It is a violation of human rights for government officials to require you to be a member of an organized religion or state-sanctioned church in order to exercise freedom of conscience and religion. It is a violation of your civil rights if you or your minor child are denied access to education, medical care, employment, or otherwise discriminated against or sanctioned based on your vaccination status. And vaccine myth number 5, it is ethical for government to sacrifice the few for the many. The fact is, based on hedonism and a mathematical equation, this philosophy is called utilitarianism. It was discredited as a pseudo-ethic in 1947 when the ethical principle of informed consent to medical risk-taking was defined as a human right and globally recognized as central to the